Uma Mahesh. Today I am here to share few important points which will be very much helpful for you to be more powerful, more energetic wherever you are. These 5 points which I am going to share are called as fundamental principles of spirituality. If you are in spirituality, you are expected to practice all these things. If you don't practice all these things, you cannot say that you are a spiritual person, because there are very fundamental principles, and this will be very much useful, and this will be very much helpful to be energetic, to be powerful wherever you are. You may be in your job, in profession, or in your business, maybe in family. Wherever you are, you can be energetic by using these 5 fundamental principles of spirituality. These are the points which are to be practiced in everyday life, wherever you are. You don't need separate time for all these things. In day-to-day life itself, you can practice. So let us jump into this 5 principles of spirituality. 5 principles or 5 ways to be powerful or energetic wherever you are. Out of my 25 years of experience in teaching meditation and practicing meditation in my life, I understood that if you wanted to be more powerful, if you wanted to be energetic, the first and the most important practice to be done is meditation. Meditation is the easiest and the best possible way to enhance our energy levels. Wherever you are, whatever you are, you may be a job holder or business person, whatever you are, if you can practice meditation regularly, at least half an hour to 45 minutes every day, whichever is the convenient time, the energy will be enhanced. There may be many methods of techniques, as we already know. As I know, there are almost 140 techniques in this world, but out of which I recommend personally Anapanasati, is observation of natural breath, because it is very easy, it is very simple. It is just observation of natural normal breath. You don't need to do anything other than this. So if you wanted to be more energetic, if you wanted to be more powerful, take out time at least for half an hour to 45 minutes, or at least if you are say 40 years old, you have to do at least 40 minutes. If you are 60 years old, at least you have to do 60 minutes per day. If you wanted to be more energetic, if you wanted to be more powerful, if you wanted to take hold of everything in your life, as per my personal experience, I suggest to do 2 hours of meditation every day, if possible in one sitting. If you can sit, all the thoughts will be removed by itself. You don't need to think about or much worried about whether you are getting concentration or not in meditation. If you sit for 2 hours, don't be bothered. You can put alarm or anything so that you can wake up after 2 hours. Don't be bothered about whether you get concentration, whether you get focus or not. Give time. That is very much important. Giving time is very much important at starting stage. You have to close your eyes and open your eyes after 2 hours only. If you can practice like this, within 6 months, you will come into your control. Your total mind will be in your hand, and you will be able to choose or pick up or do whatever you want in your day-to-day life. That means naturally you will be energetic and your life will come into your hands. When your mind is in your hand and you are energetic, naturally your life will come into your hand. when your mind is not in your hand and you are not energetic, when you are not enough energetic, naturally you will not be comfortable with yourself and you will not be comfortable wherever you are, whichever the profession you are. So I request and I suggest everybody to practice at least half an hour to 45 minutes, or if you are very much interested to take control of your life, 2 hours per day, if possible, in one sitting. That's what I recommend. So if you can practice meditation like this for 2 hours. I read somewhere in one of the Osho book called as Meditation the Ultimate Adventure. What he says is, if you can practice meditation for 1 hour, and if you are able to observe all the breaths within that 1 hour, you will get the energy equivalent to Buddha. You can become Buddha in 1 hour. But normally we will not be able to observe that many breaths. We may observe 1 or 2 breaths out of 1 hour. Even that is sufficient for our normal life. If a Buddha can transform entire world, and if you sit in meditation and are able to observe breath or concentrate on breath for 1 or 2 times in 1 hour, that is more than sufficient for your normal day-to-day life. So if you wanted to be more energetic, first principle to be practiced is meditation, that too every day. It is not something to be done once in a week or once in a month. It has to be done every day. Every day. That is my very much important. Anything, any practice, whatever it is, want you to be perfect in any practice. You have to do it regularly. So meditation has to be done on everyday basis. Every day, regularly, at least half an hour to 45 minutes and 2 hours if possible. And another most important practice everybody has to do is being with nature. Everybody knows about nature. We all of us go to natural places like mountains, beach, or parks many a times, and we try to relax there. We try to play there and refresh there and come back. We know the importance of nature, but what I suggest is go to the natural places, maybe mountains or anywhere, as many times as possible, and be with the nature. Don't go there and play with football or cricket ball or anything. Try to be with yourself and try to be with nature. Being with nature will enhance our energy level, just like meditation. It is more or less equal to meditation. The more time you do or be in nature, relax with nature, just observing trees or plants or mountains or sky or birds, whatever it is, just observing them, being with them, being silently with them, without running here and there. If you can be with nature, your energy levels will be enhanced. They will become double. Your aura will change. If you are with trees, your aura color will change to certain color, some other color. If you are with birds or animals, pets, your aura will change to different color. Your aura level will be changed. Your energy levels will be changed. This is a very much easy and very much useful, and it will give a lot of relaxation to us, our mind, our body, whatever it is, and it will increase our energy levels. You will not go to forest if you don't have time. At your balcony itself, you can observe sky. At your home itself, there will be birds or pets or animals. Or if nothing is there, if there are kids who are 5 years below, they are also part of nature. As their mind is not yet developed, you can consider them as part of nature, because these worldly aspects are not yet there in their mind. So if you can be with kids for sometimes, say 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, your mind will be relaxed, will be a happiest person, and your energy levels will be enhanced. So the first practice to be done is meditation. Another practice which is very much important and very easy to practice is being with nature. So be with nature as many times as possible a day, while taking coffee or tea, or while walking, or once in a week go out and be with nature without anybody, or even if somebody is there, be with nature instead of being with people. So that will enhance your energy level to the next level. So these two are the major important practices to be done which will enhance our energy levels. And there are three more important practices to be done which will save our energy. Just like we earn money and save money, we have to earn energy, we have to enhance our energy levels, and we have to save our energies. Without saving, if you don't save money, you will not be able to spend money whenever it is needed. If you spend money to unnecessary things when it is required, really, you will not be able to spend that money wherever it is required for important aspects of life. So energy is also be saved. Energy is also be kept somewhere so that will be useful to the important aspects of life. So that can be done by three practices, out of which the first important practice is silence. Silence. Everybody know the word silence. Everybody might have heard of it. What is actually silence? Normally, whenever we heard of the word silence, whenever we hear that, we think that not talking, stopping whatever we are talking. We may assume this as silence. Of course, that is one of the aspects of silence. Not only talking, seeing, hearing, whatever we do with five senses. If you are doing any unnecessary things with the five senses, if you can stop that all unnecessary activities with the five senses, maybe nose, maybe ears, eyes, mouth, all the five senses. So if you can stop that, whatever the unnecessary activities you are doing with the five senses, energy will be conserved, energy will be saved. We use our energy, we spend our energy through our five senses only. There is no other way. Five senses are the ways, our doors, our windows for the energy to go out. So we will be spending our energy to our five senses. So the more you stop using your senses, five senses unnecessarily, the more energy will be saved, conserved, and that can be used somewhere wherever it is really required. So silence is not only related to mouth, talking, it is related to five senses. So observe yourself every day from morning to evening. Try to find out where you are spending your time unnecessarily by using these five senses. Stop all those things. If you can stop all these unnecessary activities, naturally you will become more energetic. So with meditation and nature, you can enhance your energy levels, and with silence, you can save your energy, and that can be used anywhere. That is one of the important. It may look very small thing, but it is very much powerful, very much important practice to be done if you are truly in spirituality. If you truly want to be energetic, your words are very much important. You should not use it wherever it is, wherever you want. You should use your words like diamonds. You should use your five senses like diamonds. We don't bring diamond wherever it is required. We use preciously, very specifically. Whenever it is very important only for a particular program, we try to bring our diamonds outside. Similar to that, we have to use our five senses for very important and top priority activities only. So that is very third important practice, meditation, nature and silence to be practiced. Another more important practice to be done is non-judgment. Everybody know about judgment. We try to judge ourselves or the world or something, whatever is happening. We try to observe 2-3 incidents and we will try to judge ourselves. I am bad person. I am a failure person. You may judge yourself like that. Or you may point out somebody. He is not a good person. He is a waste fellow. He doesn't have any helping nature. You may judge, or this world is not good world. It is not correct world. There are all wrong people are there in this world. If you keep on judging your world or yourself, your energy will be diverted towards that judgments, the thoughts which you are having in your mind. Judgments are nothing but thoughts which are very strong, which are conformed from your side. That means your energy will flow towards that judgments, whatever the judgments you are doing. If the energy flows towards that particular judgments, the same kind of, similar kind of incidents or persons will come into your life. That means creation will happen unconsciously. You don't want all those things, and you'll keep on judging, and that energy will be spent on that particular thoughts or words or judgments. And because of the energy flow for that particular thoughts, today or tomorrow, maybe after some days, that incident or similar kind of persons will come into your life, and they will prove that what you thought is correct, and you become more worried. You will be very much worried about all those things. You don't want really all those things, but still they came. How they came into our life? Because of the judgments. Unconsciously, we keep strong thoughts in the form of judgments in our mind. So you have to remove all those judgments. If you don't want unnecessary things to be created, forget about them, leave them, or forgive them. Whatever may happen, okay, no problem. Past is past. We do not have a strong thought here. Thought is life, thought is future. Yadbhavam tadbhoti. Whatever the thoughts you have in your mind, that will come into your future, in your life. So if you don't want all those things, you don't want your energy to be spent on unnecessary things, unnecessary creations, you should stop judgments about yourself, about the world, or anybody in this world. So with that, energy will be saved, energy will be conserved. And whenever you pick up any right things in your life, energy will be passed or flow to that particular important aspect, or whichever the thing you want in your life. So my dear friends, practice non-judgment, which is very much important. If you don't practice non-judgment, and if you keep on thinking negatively, and you always have wrong thoughts in your mind, you cannot say that you are a spiritual man. You cannot say that you are a spiritual practitioner. This is very fundamental principle. Without non-judgment, you cannot become a spiritual. How can you be spiritual? If you cannot understand the world in a right way, if you cannot accept the world in a right way, how can you say that you are a spiritual person? There may be many kinds of people in this world, but you need not have the thoughts or wrong words about this world or yourself. So practicing non-judgment is very much important, very much fundamental principle of spirituality. So another more important practice which we think we are planning, I will suggest you, is laughter. Laughter. Laughter, if you observe, laughter is the only one blessings which is given only to human beings. There are many beings in this world. Animal beings, there are many kinds of animal beings. Whatever we try to do, they also do in their own way, their own style. But animals cannot laugh. Animals cannot smile. We only can smile. Only human being can smile. This blessing is given to only to us. Nobody else in this world. No animal being is given this blessing. Without laughter, if you cannot smile every day, at least few times, that means there is no life. If you cannot laugh at least once in a while, that means there is no life for you. Happiness, our inner happiness is expressed through smile, through laughter. So normally we do what we do whenever we get some fun, whenever we watch a movie or some comedy in a movie, kind of comedy scene in a movie, you try to laugh. That is not quite normal. Anybody can do that. What I am saying is practice laughter. Just like we practice meditation, just like we practice being with nature, silence, non-judgment, we should learn to practice to smile wholeheartedly every time, every day. At least few times a day, if you can smile, your heart will be released of all the blocks. You will be energetic. You will be happy. For that, you need to practice one important formula that is called as non-seriousness. If you are serious about all the things, you cannot laugh, you cannot smile. Whatever may happen, don't take seriously. You may get what you want, or you may not get what you want. You may get some people whom you like, you may not get some people whom you don't like. Whatever happens, nothing to be worried. Even death is not serious important aspect of life. Death is also a small thing, which is just change of our body. We take this body and we'll leave this body and we'll go to some other body. That is what is death is. When death is itself is not very serious, what are all other things which are very important, very serious? So nothing is serious in this world. Whatever may happen, whatever may not happen, nothing to be worried. No need to be serious. So let us be non-serious. Let us practice non-seriousness and maintain smile. If you observe any great man in their photos or in their statues, you will feel, you can observe the smile, small smile. Without smile, without laughter, there is no life at all. You will not be energetic. Your energy will be drained. Even if you do regular meditation regularly, if you don't smile, if you cannot smile, and if you are very serious, your energy will be drained. There is a blocker. Seriousness is a kind of blocker. Non-seriousness is a kind of flow for a river. If you block your mind through seriousness, you cannot be happy anywhere. So my dear friends, remember all these 5 points which are very much important. Very first is meditation. Second is being with nature. Third is being with non-judgment. You have to be non-judgmental. Fourth is laughter. Totally 5 points: meditation, silence, being with nature, non-judgmental, and laughter. If you can practice these 5 principles, 5 ways, wherever you are, you can see yourself energetic all the time. If you don't practice at least some of them, you will not be energetic all the time. You may practice meditation regularly. If you don't practice non-judgment, your energy will be drained. You may practice 2 hours, 3 hours of meditation, and if you don't practice laughter, you cannot be happy, you cannot be energetic. Your energy will be leaked. If you are not practicing silence, you lose your energy through your 5 senses. So all these 5 principles are to be practiced. You want to be more energetic all the time. At least start with meditation regularly 2 hours, and you will be capable to practice silence. And once you practice silence, you may get capability to practice non-judgment and laughter. If you don't practice meditation, at least you cannot practice laughter, you cannot smile, because you are not enough energetic to take things non-seriously. So if you wanted to practice laughter, first you have to practice meditation. First practice to be done every day is meditation. All other practices can be done with the help of meditation, with the help of energy which we get from meditation. So all the 5 principles are very much important. You can practice all these things wherever you are, whatever you are. And I thank Gnanamitra TV for requesting me to share this, whatever the understanding I have. And I wish best of luck to this Gnanamitra TV and all the practitioners who are practicing meditation and are listening to this video. So thank you very much. And we'll meet again some other day with some other topics. Thank you very much.